Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and we are here with back to Nauvis to our old base full of red belts. Ooh, those red belts look awful, don't they? Well, what are we going to do today? Well, the first thing is we're slowly, very slowly, preparing for going to Aquillo. So what we've done is last time we built this glorious platform, which we'll be bringing along with us to Aquillo so it can hover over Aquillo and just provide some of the stuff that we want there. So that's one thing. And we've also sort of been working on other things here just to gather some stuff like better versions of this, better versions here of roboports. We need that. Better versions of inserters. Yes, please. They are very much needed because you're going to need a ton of inserters, long-head inserters on Aquillo. But we need to do something first. So one of the things that I want to do was I wanted to go back to Nauvis and then sort of go, couldn't we just upgrade this? We have some good things. Now we also have this orbital platform in orbit that we can sort of dump down an infinite supply of calcite. Sort of not super fast, but it could do that. So what if we just say, you know what, I think it's time for us to scrap this part here from here and scrap this and then build something proper, because I think that's a good idea that we want to do now. So let's scrap this and then start doing some iron design, steel design, and then afterwards maybe we can even do some circuit design as well. So it's almost out and I think we can start doing our design work. So let's start doing some design work. We already have something that works pretty well. We're going to start with steel, and then on Volcanus, we're using this one, but I want to show you that you can also use this one, where you get copper or iron ore inbound, and that works just fine. So we're going to be taking this, and this is producing 93.7. Sure. The thing is, two of these will produce something, and wow, and then if I then take here, I am going to do steel there. That takes some 37.5, and if I multiply add these two together, then it just so happens to be 1 2 3 4 5. This is a perfect balance. It's really weird. 93.7 times 2 is 187.5 divided by 37.5 is exactly 5 ish. So that is actually means that we have a perfect ratio here. And basically that means that I also just need 1, 2, 3. This is something we already know from Volcanus build anyway. So we're going to be building something in here. We do have better beacons and they are nice, but we don't actually need better beacons. This is using 6.25. So we don't want to have anything that comes in faster than, should we say, 60 per second, probably. So that's probably a good benchmark to have. And therefore we do this. And I guess we need some here. Let's make sure that we get powered. This is now 15, 15, 15, and 15. Perfect. Well, that can't be better than that on a non-stack belt at least. But we do want to do stack belts, not though on the input. So I think this is fine. And then what we're going to do here and here is that we're going to just request the glorious new calcite that we just have so much of. Here, 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 and here. Well, if it's 15, maybe we just do that for stacking so that it goes faster. There we go. There's no stone residual from this, so that's actually really nice. Then we need to make sure that the outputs are also, first we need to do that one. The outputs are also moduled. So let's put a module here and then a module there. Then that gets us everyone moduled, and because if they only applied to one module, then they actually all get the same speed. Sometimes, like with the new module system, sometimes things slow down when you do this because suddenly there's two modules and then, yeah, the impact is less. So this is also where someone was like, oh, you have other modules. For example, if you don't like the power usage here, 4.2 megawatt, I get to say, they go like, oh yeah, but just throw in more modules with efficiency modules. But the speed that goes down because now this speed moduled beacon is only applying 70% of its effect here. So you can see the speed is 77, consuming 77, output 5.4. If I take this out, it goes up to 93.7. So this is this is a problem. Let's just say it. So adding more adding more beacons with efficiency modules actually slows things down. It feels weird, but that's just how it works now. And then I guess the only thing we have to do is just drag a belt out. And I will then do stacking on this belt, because of course, so that we now actually have stacked steel coming out. That will make it so much easier, because it also means that this little thing here, which will produce 6.5 multiply, that is times 5, that's 30. So this is a full 60 steel per second coming in. 60 iron ore in and 60 steel coming out. Like, isn't that glorious? Cool. Let's build a few of those. Oh, let's put some lights in and be happy about it. There we go. And let's also get some lights here in the middle, and then some lights maybe there, and some lights here at the end. Okay, so this is good. Then we just need to place a couple of these. 2, I think, would be fine to have. All right, we are ready to put it in and see how it works. The thing is, this is coming in at 60 per second, which is kind of a lot. And is it even able to keep up here? That's not a very good balancer. Huh. These balancers are not as good as they are advertised. Well, we are going to be upgrading this part over here so that we actually get stacking on the belt. That's just going to be making everything a lot better. So now that when you get stacking, then we just don't have to worry about a bad balancer, because we'll get tons of this in. It also means that this is going to be a busy train station. It's going to be very busy as we get started on the next design, which will be iron. And this is now also coming out as stacked. So we suddenly get out here. And yeah, we're getting it out from a green belt and into a red belt. There is actually nothing wrong with having a red belt here, because we really don't need more than that, because it's stacked. So a red belt is 30 per second, and then it's actually 120 per second. Oh my god, that's actually 120 when it's fully stacked. This will be enough to fully stack it. That's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna get 120 iron coming in here. Sure, let's call it a full belt, fully stacked red belt. Sure. All right, so what are we gonna do in terms of iron? Isn't that gonna be like basically the same? Well, kind of. Let's move a little bit away from the noise. It's gonna be a little bit off in terms of ratios. So we're gonna get, then that's this one. So what I want to do here is, this is not casting steel, this is casting iron. And if you look at it, this is 3.75. That's an odd number. What if we just built 1, 2, 3 of these, and then I put in a beacon? But what if I put in a better beacon? Why do I know that I want to put in a better beacon? It's just, you know, I know it's not going to be fast enough. So let's try to get this in here. Let's try to also put these at the same places as the other one. Okay, so this is now consuming 72.5, and this is outputting 10.8. So this is 10.8, and on the other side, 30, and on the other side it's going to be 60. So this build here will output 60. It's consuming 72 times 3. That is 210 and a little bit, and this is only 93. So if I just do that, then I should be good. Or if I could have like a better version of this, an uncommon version, that would also be a lot better option as well. So this should be fine. This is now 140 plus 93, so that is 230, and this is more than is needed here. So again, we have a pretty good build, and let's complete this and make it. Actually, let's do here, and then we can take it and flip it around the middle. There we go. So no beacons for this part, it's not needed, but a single beacon, but a better beacon here. It's a little bit weird. Like, we could also probably just take this out and then just maybe I just make it a little bit bigger, don't I? I think that's maybe nicer. Oh yeah, there's such a big difference between having a beacon and not. That's why I kind of forget how good the beacons are. It goes from 3.75 to 10.8. Yeah, it's a massive difference. So again, we're going to get our stuff inbound. We're going to get our glorious new friend here that we are now getting from orbit. I really want that coming in. There we go. It's 9 per second, so I don't know if I need... Let's do stackers for this. Why not? There we go. And then the output should be something like that. And that's also going to be stackers outbound. Out, 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 out. And then, I suppose, out here. Lights, lights. Really? Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah. And then lights here. Light, light. And down here as well. Perfect. That's actually it. Let's implement 4 of those. And it is now coming in, remember, as a stack belt. And then it also comes out. Then we just need a stacker. The good old 4x4. No. The lane balancer as well. Yes, that's the one. Always have that as our main. And let's just put it out here. And this will now come out as 60. So I get 240. That's actually only 1 belt stacked. But, you know, I think it's nicer to get it out here on the other ones, even though that is going to come out on a red belt. But I think that is sort of what I want to do. I want to put it out on the red belt here, because the rest of the bus is red. So then let's just wrap that in here. There we go. So now we are taking our existing belts that are red, and because we have stacking now, we can just make them so much more effective. So this is now going to be 120 each, so it's actually going to be a half full belt, this part, because it's each of those have 120 when fully stacked. This one is just using a disgusting amount. So that is a pretty efficient way of doing this part. That's good. That's so this is not supposed to be like, oh my god, this is the final end game thing that we want to build. No, 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 no. By no means. This is more like, oh yeah, you kind of have something on Nauvis that kind of sucks, and now we just added another 50% productivity plus actually more productivity, because it's there's productivity in both steps. How about doing the same thing with green circuits? Sure, and red circuits, and maybe even blue circuits if we really hurry up. So green circuits are interesting because now we need to deal with electromagnetic plants. We're going to do here, here, and then we're going to be fully upgrading them with productivity. We're going to get a box in here or a power pole. So just get a sense of it. So the ratio is now 4 per second and this is 2 per second. So ratio wise, it's a little weird. And let's use one of the good modules again. Yeah. And then let's just make sure that we get this in here. So how good is it going to be? It was 4 and 2. And with this module included, then it's 34. Okay, and 17. But now we also see, that it's 34 here. That means it's more than 1, but it's not quite 2. Yeah, so what if we did that thing? Now it's 55. And that's actually twice as much. There we go. We have a solution. That's a very sexy solution we have here. There you go. And again, this is not in-game. This is just kind of casual mid-game thing. Alright, so this is going to be... Let's get you in here. Good. So what is it now I want? I want to get a copper line in here. How much copper do we need? We need 13.7. All right, let's do this here. 13.7 should not be a problem, especially once we get stack belts. Then we're gonna get some iron in here, I guess, and we can just link that here so that they get it on the inside. Iron on this side, that is 8.6, sure. And then it needs to go out on a bus or in the belt here as stacked items, and it's 17.5. Well, this looks good, doesn't it? Because that looks like all of this could just be flipped. And then we have our return belt here. There we go. That's basically it. Let's plop down some lights, and then that's actually it. This is build add ratio, and it'll produce 17 plus 17, that's 34, and that is 64. 64. That's pretty good. We're going to be killing these ones and getting some new lines out. Here we go. Just a single build is what I've set up now, and probably going to run out of most of the things here. They will not be able to support the fact that the iron is a complete mess because it's partially stacked. It looks awful. The copper should be stacked, but we're focused on this cool build. And it's just built a single one because each one here is producing 60 per second. So we are now getting out here 60 per second. That is basically half a stack belt here. And that goes up and then adds a lot more. So that is definitely a good build for greens. Let's continue with doing the same thing for reds. We already cleared that one. So let's figure out what a red circuit build should look like. The thing is with the red circuit build, it's a lot more complicated. But I think we can definitely find out how to do it. So why is it so much more complicated? Because there are more inputs, right? There's more inputs. And we're also going to take from here. We're going to take it to one of these. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to take that. And because this is definitely not, doesn't need it to be fast. This is producing 4. Right, what we do need is a good beacon. Like those beacons, I think that using normal beacons is completely junk now. You really need to use better beacons. And let's put you over here on that side. There we go. And this one should be down here. Good. Now let's make it even like that. And we need some power for this build as well. Here, that's good. All right, so let's look at it. This is only producing 1.43. That's nothing. But it also way overproduces the the gears or the cables, right? So this is weird, and I have to build it in a special way because I can do this as an input and this is an input. So I can get stuff inbound here and here and here and here, and that sucks that I have to just let's put it over on this side instead. Good. So this is fine. This is going to be the green plus copper, green plus plastic, like I do here. Like this build is the same. Then I need some. Come in here. Let's actually do that. That one. And you're going to go in from here. So that is the copper. These two go out here. These two go out here. And now maybe you can see the problem. We have all the inputs, but where the hell are we going to put the outputs? That's the little bit of a challenge here. The answer to that is that it's actually going to be put... What if we make room for it here? I could actually take you out and then put out. But that's only on one side. Then I could... I can't do the same thing on this side unless I move it a little bit down. So let's move it a little bit down and then get some red inserters instead. There. And then we're going to do basically the same thing, which comes from there to there. Oops. From here to here. And that's out. And then I need to get it somewhere. You can then go a little bit in here, squeeze it in here. Okay, we got something. It's all good. And that would have to be there. That looks awful, doesn't it? It does. It kind of looks awful. But I don't think there's any way around it. It gets the job done there. Yeah. So that's kind of a module. The thing is, these are really slow. Like, this is way too fast and this is way too slow. So if we could waste some better ones here, no, it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. I think we just build here. Like, if we look at how much this is producing, this is 0.75, so it's 4. Let's see, I just take how many I have here divided by 4. So that's just 6 per second, one of this, so it's 12 per second. So this is 12 per second, and what do we have for this little one? This is, say, 1.5, 3, 6. So that one is 2 of these modules. Okay, well that's maybe a little bit of consolation. Let's make sure that they tile this, and this will not be migrated because that's like only to branch it into this location. But I will have some actually this should be like normal and normal, and there. I think it now tiles perfectly. Yes, it tiles perfectly. Good. Let's build a few of those and then untangle the spaghetti. Here it is. It would actually be nice if it was actually turned on when then the lights turn on when it's working. But anyway, we'll just bump this in here and then see how it works, and then we'll get it out as well. There we go. And I built it on the wrong side. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Okay, little minor mishap. Let's cut it and adjust. There we go. After this little intermezzo, we are back online. Let's see if they're all spinning, huffing and puffing. They are. We'll probably run out of copper here at the last one. Oh, actually, we probably will not, because it's not going to be consuming 8.6, because it's that would require them to consume 34.4, and they're definitely not these ones together. So we're not going to run out of copper. This is all going to be good. Oh, look at that! We get a little bit of stacked greens coming in. So what do we just do? We did not do what I wanted to do. We did not stack it. We absolutely need to stack it. Yeah. So let's see what it looks like when it's stacked. And obviously it's sort of long term. You really don't want to make this stuff on Nauvis. You really want to make it on volcanoes where things are completely free. But I think it's also just nice and valid to make the upgrades here on Nauvis. But there's one more. Let's also do blue, right? Let's do the blue. Let's figure out what the blue is doing. And so this is producing 0.35. So it's basically the number 22, and then that's basically like 7-ish. All right, let's see if we can do better than that. Again, we want to try a different kind of build. This is all sort of can inspire you to try different things, and you can go like, oh, this is a cool idea. Let me steal that and improve it. Good. That is not connected, so there we go. So we're gonna start with this one because we need it. So what I've been thinking about was actually over on Fulgora. I built something by accident like this. This is the idea I want, but then with a beacon in the middle, because the copper goes into blue colors. Into some color, into some other color, and that these colors go into the third colors. Yes, colored entities. So let's see if we can do that. They will be blue and fully moduled. Then it's gonna be green up here, fully moduled, and remember, good stacker here between. It is going to require 6.8, so one stacker is enough. Then we're gonna get another one. That'll be, I'm gonna make sure that there's a 2 overlap here, because this will be a lot. I need 25 point something there, and then that produces the 34. Those are known numbers, and the last one is going to be over here, which will be the red ones. Now this is not going to be at ratio, but it's also not going to be like at the worst possible ratio. This is using about 3. This is used copper cables. This is using 26 copper cables, so in total 29 copper cables. I'm making 34. That's fine. Here I'm producing 17.2, and I'm consuming here 1.5, and it's over here 8. So way overscaling on the green circuits. Could maybe just do this one. Now I'm kind of thinking I could do this a little bit different. Oh, that's actually perfect. There. That's definitely not going to keep up, is it? Well, it might, but there's also another option, and that is epic. Let's make some epic swingers here. Epic swingers. It sounds like something completely different. Oops. Right. That's fine. That's fine. And then we just actually mirror it, and there. There you go. That's pretty good. And remember, these can actually be just flushing into each other. Perfect. If I did this, how would the inputs and outputs be? Well, I guess the easiest thing in the world would be just getting like an input here, or this is going to be the output, because none of the inputs are actually mattering. So in and in. I could also do this. Then it will be self-balancing. Do I want to stack it? Why not? Then it will be self-balancing on the output side, because these are outputting on the right-hand side in the direction of travel, which will be the lower side in this case. So this doesn't tile up, down. All right, and let's figure out, we need some, you need some plastic. That's the only thing in. So basically this is copper, plastic, and iron in for here. That's a little bit challenging, isn't it? Oh, the iron one is going to be difficult. Maybe we can do this. And then, yeah, iron belongs here. There. And then onwards to something else. So we're going to get iron in here. How much is it? It's 11. Sure, that should not be a problem to get 11 in with the 1 stack inserter. So that's the iron in. Then we need some plastic in. I can get the plastic in here. And then I can get... That's going to come in there and there. And then we need some copper inbound. Let's do that up here. And that's the copper. Oh, no, let's not do it there because then it's outside of that area. And we don't like that. So let's do it this way. That was a lot of ups and downs, but hey, sure, we do it. And this is 11.7. So this is actually it. Then all I need is just some lights here and there. That's good. Let's move the lights in here. And let's see if we can build that. Now this, you might be like, oh no, I don't have the epic long hand inserters. That's okay. Then just do here a little box and then in the middle. That's also perfectly fine. Actually, I'm going to do that. Even though I love to do these, then I think that it's a little nicer to do this because then I'm not sort of forcing you to have epics. But I'd rather do the other one. There. That is a good build. How much does it produce? 1, 2. Oh, well, that's not much. Those slight adjustments and something that looks nice, I guess. I think this looks nice. It should give us 12 per second, and we get it in from basing materials. That's the really fun thing, I think. Let's give it a shot. Not tested it, so should be interesting. Alright, and of course it's not coming in quite as fast as we would like, but hey, that's all coming back when it gets stacked and all that. So, are we huffing and puffing? Are we spinning? This one is not getting any green circuits because I forgot that it also needs to reach across here. Huh, well that's interesting. So we try again with a slightly different design. This time we now are able to put the green circuits into the red ones, and then the red ones have to sort of go a little bit of a bypass. But ultimately I think it works, and well, I guess we'll find out this time around. Let's see if it works, and we just hook everything up and then see if we get anything meaningful outbound. And just as it gets dark again. Alright, spinny, 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 everything is spinny. Oh, sulfur is kind of important, isn't it? Luckily that is an easy thing to change, or to add, so we just add the sulfur and we should be good to go. So now why are you not working? Okay, so something did not copy correctly. Did not copy? No, it didn't copy correctly there. Good. Now everything is spinning. That is amazing. We have a monstrous amount of extra things. That is a lot of builds we did today. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can use it. Remember, they are a part of my blueprints. They are some good intermediate builds. They're not like the crazy of crazy things, but they are a pretty good intermediate build for what we need. And I would really highly recommend using better beacons. They make such a big difference. And then only having 1 or 2 beacons affecting your builds is actually really beneficial. So thank you very much for watching. If you want the blueprints, they will be compiled and be part of the blueprint package as part of the save games and blueprints that I give to patrons. So thank you very much everyone for supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay effective.